Hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today we are going to have a look at the Gauss Pistol. So I've always found the Gauss Pistol a little bit underwhelming, and I'm hoping maybe the explosive legendary effect can help with that a bit, and I do have a mod ready to go. And this is the weapon that I'll be putting it on. This is just something that's been sitting in my stash. It is Aristocrats with weapon speed and 90% reduced weight. We will be replacing weapon speed with explosive. Everything else will stay the same. So you can see in its current formation, the damage is 364, and if we go over here to explosive and apply that, it's going to add 94 damage, so that's a pretty significant boost. And there we go. So now we have Aristocrats with explosive and 90% reduced weight. If I decide that I like this, I'll try and put another mod on that. We don't really need weight reduction on a pistol, and something like either faster reload speed or reduced AP cost, probably the direction I would go. So because agility is so crowded, I only have rank 2 of all the gunslinger perks, and we do have it suppressed, so we'll be using covert operative to help get that sneak attack damage up. And it does benefit from the science perks, so I've got 5 out of, no, it looks like 4 out of 6 is what I have for the science perks. So that's what I have room for. I do have demolition expert, that should help with the native explosions and the legendary effect as well. And I have grenadier just in case some of those explosions can maybe damage nearby enemies. I also have follow through at maximum rank to help with that sneak attack damage. I have Eagle Eyes, which should help with extra critical damage. And I have Sweet Mute Fruit Tea, which will give me extra critical damage as well. And Sweetwater Special Blend, it's giving me extra perception, which should be pretty helpful. This thing is not the most accurate in VATS, at least not from my experience, so hopefully that makes a difference. Now, one thing I've always found a little bit frustrating with this is the range. It is only 102 if you put the suppressed barrel on it. Even if you don't suppress it, it's still only 120, which isn't all that much. So we got that, you can see it's only 18% for the torso from here. So let's, I'm actually kind of curious if, yeah, so the explosion on there actually will go a little bit farther. So I think we can out explode the range a little bit. There we go. Actually, that's actually pretty good for this. I mean, those are really low hit chances, and we are definitely outside of the range with those 2 shots. So that's actually pretty good. Oh, and I do have a prime receiver on this, which means it uses ultrasight ammo. The damage for the prime and the hardened was the same. But I went with Prime just because we do get bonus damage against Scorch and Scorch Beast, so why not? Gauss weapons in general, maybe not the minigun so much, but other Gauss weapons in general tend to be pretty ammo efficient. So, you know, using maybe a... Actually, that's actually pretty good. I'm a little surprised. We've got, what was that, 3 for 1? That's actually, I'm surprised. That's pretty good. Being surprised in a good way. I don't mind that at all. All right, this is a charge shot, no critical hit for some reason. I do have critical savvy and better criticals at maximum ranks. So let's see if I can get the fusion cores. Those tend to always be like 95% hit chance for whatever. Fusion core right there. There we go. Fusion core. Not 90. Okay. Still. Fusion cores are still an easy thing. I think they've been toughened up a little bit, but still a pretty easy thing. All right. So we can do. Yeah, you can see we miss a lot of shots. So it is a good thing it's ammo efficient. A lot of shots will miss, but when it connects, it's actually doing pretty well. And we're hitting stuff. I think that explosion is actually allowing us to do damage, you know, decent damage for stuff that's outside of range. So far it feels, you know, this is I'd have to test them side by side, but so far it actually feels like we are getting a tangible benefit just by having that explosive effect. Not just in the form of extra damage, but also in the form of extra range beyond what the normal ballistic would be. And yeah, it's pretty good. Performing pretty well so far, and the fact that it's suppressed is pretty nice. We can get this, wow, okay. Unless I'm not paying attention and I'm not sneaking. But so far, I did not expect to like this, I'll be honest. So far, I am pleasantly surprised. All right, here we go. Let's see, weak spot is the head, but it's still taking 2 shots to kill thing. It's noticeably, I would say, weaker than the Gauss rifle, which makes sense. I mean, rifles tend to be stronger, but the fact that the Gauss rifle has got, you know, the range also in terms of, and also the extra damage. But still, this is not bad for a pistol user. But now we have super mutants who have very small targets just in general with their head. So yeah, even with the torso. So we gotta, do I have a critical hit? I think I have a critical hit. Yeah, critical hit will do the job. So that's, I love those guaranteed hits with the criticals. If we only had like critical banker or something, let's shoot some legs. Maybe that will, or if we can, okay. It is a tad buggy with VATS, it always has been, but the fact that I was able to hit, you know, kill 2 targets once I connected, does make up a little bit for that bugginess. So let's see what we've got here. Torso shots, okay, that's pretty, this is actually making pretty quick work. I'm liking this so far. And I'm doing torso shots just because that's high percent chance. And so far, so good. Do that. Oh yeah, those level 100 super mutant, the hounds are pretty tanky, but wow, this is doing really well. I do think that explosive legendary effect is actually helping quite a bit. So, because it combines with already natively explosive, so you're getting a lot of explosion damage. Now, one area where this has an advantage over a Gauss rifle, there's something, there we go, over the Gauss rifle is ammo capacity. You can see we've got 18, and there's actually a drum mag option, which I'm not using, because that's just going to slow down the reload. But yeah, it has a nice ammo capacity. That way we can use a damage modifier on the prefix rather than quad, because that's what I do run on the Gauss rifle. But on this, can do something with extra damage, because 18 is actually pretty decent. All right, let's see how we do against some right in front of me, some snallygasters, and yeah, sometimes that happens. It's almost like you get this half fire thing. That was a critical hit, and some of these shots are charged. Some of them are not charged, just kind of the way it works. Honestly, since most weapons aren't charging, I don't think about it. So those are all uncharged shots, so still pretty good. I mean, it can fire. Maybe not quite as fast as you can pull the trigger. There might be a little bit of a delay, but it's pretty instantaneous. So you can actually spam shots pretty well. And yeah, just like that, 2 uncharged shots. So yeah, this is actually performing really well. I like this weapon. I know I've said that before. I'll probably say it again, just because I've said many, many times how I don't like this weapon. And with explosive on it, it feels, I'm not gonna say it feels like a completely different weapon, but it definitely feels much improved. All right, it's Mirelurk time. Looks like we got a Deep King over there. And it's only level 60, but that's still went pretty well. Kind of curious how we do against the level 75. It's regular Mirelurks, shouldn't be much of an issue. This gun is, I gotta say, it's always been fairly satisfying just when it hits. The problem is it has a tendency to not work at really inconvenient times. Did I? Oh, and it just did a little bug out. I couldn't, I was trying to reload there, and it wasn't letting me, which seems to be kind of an issue with Gauss weapons in general. I'm not sure what the deal is, and Blood Eagles should not be much of an issue. They rarely are. Humans in this game, not terribly tanky. All right, little Dynamite. She get the Mirelurk Queen out of her hiding place. Let's see if we can actually make a connection. Okay, well, she's not legendary, but she is still level 100, and we're doing okay. These are, I'm just spamming it. I'm not charging up these shots. Oh, it's not letting me reload, which can be a There we go. Jeez. Can be a bit of a frustrating thing. Let's just do some manual spamming there. Wow, that went really well. So far, this is performing way above my expectations. So let's see if we can get anything out of that extra damage against Scorched and Scorch Beast. I'm not sure if we can do anything here. Yeah, there we go. Well, that's actually pretty good damage from that distance. Let's see. Arms aren't what I want. I want a head, and she's, there we go. Want to try and get some headshots on her, and just like on, okay, 1 shot on enemies is good, and it's not letting me reload again, so that's, usually a bash will take care of that. Yep, there we go. All right, where is she? Up here. Let's see if we can just spam some shots, and well, that's actually pretty nice. Those are some pretty nice damage numbers, considering this is not good at long range, and, well, wow. Made quick work of her, and probably make quick work of the minions as well, so. Now, I am getting a little bit of a benefit because I'm on a private server, so server lag can definitely have an effect on these, but so far, overall, I'm really liking this. And there you have it, the Gauss Pistol with the explosive legendary effect. It performed way above my expectations and quite enjoyable. I think I'm going to track down a 3rd star to put on it to kind of fill this weapon out, something better than 90% reduced weight. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit one of the buttons, and I hope you'll join me in the next one. Thank you very much.